Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And Shalom to you hopeful elect out there, listening and learning. Today I want to give a breakdown regarding Yahawashi and what the scriptures say about Yahawashi, what he looked like. A lot of people, if you go into a modern day church, you would see a white man hung up on the cross, and that's far from the truth. Yahawashi was a so-called black man. He was a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah. So the first precept I'll give you is Revelation chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So that's a small description of what Yahawashi looked like. His hair was white like wool. So wool, what type of people have woolly hair? The so-called Negroes. They have woolly hair. And when they get older, obviously it turns white. And his feet like unto fine brass. If you look up brass, what it looks like, it's like a dark color. Here's an example. So as you can see, it's a darker color. So yeah, Yahawashi was a dark man. I'm going to give you another example on Daniel chapter 10, verse 5. Then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. Verse 6. His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. There's another example. He had skin like brass. We'll go to Daniel chapter 7, verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. So those are some examples of the scriptures that refer to Yahawashi as a so-called black man. A lot of people can't receive this. The majority of the world is deceived. 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed. Only a small remnant can receive this truth and got blessed with the eyes to see and the ears to hear. So the heathens, we're going to go to the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48. This is in the Apocrypha. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. So there you have it. The so-called white man is Esau, and during the Renaissance period, they whitewashed all of history. They painted the prophets as so-called white people. And the Jesus you see in your modern day church was actually this man, Caesar Borgia. He was related to the Pope around the 1400s, 1500s. And that's who you see. That's who everybody's blindly worshiping. And ultimately, that's going to lead to their destruction. And another thing, people, they teach that God is love, Jesus is love. And that's bullshit. He's going to come to fuck shit up. I'm going to give you Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Because our people are so gone, and order needs to be restored. And that's what he's coming for. He's coming for his elect and to destroy Babylon. Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. There you have it. He's coming. All these people that scoff at us, and we're crazy to society. Us preaching this word, we're the crazy ones, right? When he comes back, they're gonna eat their words, and it's gonna be too late. We're in a grace period right now, and I mean, once all the elect are sealed, all hell is gonna break loose. Let's go. And another thing, Yahawashi is coming back in the so-called chariot, a so-called UFO, and there's a lot of examples all throughout the history. The chariots have been in our presence, but Esau twisted it up and labeled it as aliens. That's another huge deception, that aliens exist, and that's all a lie. Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so. So he cometh with clouds. Yahawashi is going to come in a huge fathership, kind of like in the movie Independence Day. Esau gives truth in the movies, those who have eyes to see. So he's going to come in a big fathership and beam up his elect. And amongst him, there's going to be other chariots, which are the angels. In the book of Psalms, verse 68, Psalms chapter 68, verse 17. So in the scriptures, the so-called UFOs are called clouds or chariots, because in those times, the prophets and the people of our forefathers of those days, their vocabulary was a lot different than what we use today. So Psalms chapter 68, verse 17. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord Yahweh is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. So all these UFO sightings that we're seeing out of nowhere, because we're so close to the end, that the angels and the Most High is making his presence felt. And they're beautiful signs, because those are the chariots of our salvation. They're going to destroy Babylon, and the small remnant are going to get beamed up. And another example in the book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse 21. When the Israelites were in the wilderness, there was an angel guiding them, which was in a chariot, a so-called UFO. Exodus chapter 13, verse 21. And the Lord Yahweh went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, to go by day and night. Let's go to verse 22. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. So the Israelites, when they were in the wilderness, they were being guided by a chariot, as you can see. Let's go to the book of Kings. Another example, 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 11. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. You see that? That's an example of Elijah got beamed up. Clear evidence in the scriptures. I remember as a kid, I always thought church was boring. You know, like Catholic church, Christian church, I always thought it was boring. It's because they teach bullshit. If you can receive it, the scriptures is not a religious book. It's a history book, a history of the Israelites. And it's fascinating. It tells you everything you need to know to receive salvation and to get understanding of our Lord Yahweh and Yahawashi. Exodus, 2 Kings. Let's go to Zechariah. Chapter 13, verse 9. So here's backtrack to what I was saying, how everybody thinks God is love, Jesus is love. That's far from the case. He's coming to bring judgment. And a lot of Israelites, even a lot of believers, think it's gonna be they're gonna get out of this with their hands clean. They're gonna get beamed up. Nah, you're gonna go through hell. You have to partake in Yahawashi suffering to earn this glory, to earn this honor, and to get delivered, to receive salvation. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh is my God. So we're going to have to go through the fire. Jacob's trouble is here. If you look at the news, shit's getting ready to pop off. Those of us that are prophesying, a lot of us are going to we're going to be sent to prison. They're going to come after us. Just how Pharaoh came after the Israelites in Egypt. The modern day kings are going to come after us. And a lot of men claim they're tough, claim they're hard. We're going to really see that. You say you have faith, that faith is going to really be put to the test. Even myself, it's crazy, you know. I have a 1-year-old son. I have a wife. I think about these things. Lord willing, we get delivered. Lord willing, we get covered. Also, it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to suffer. But for this truth's sake, in the kingdom of heaven, if you're endured to the end, you're going to receive glory, eternal glory. Your name will be forever remembered. And the 2/3 of our people that scoffed at us, and they're going to take that charagma, that chip, they're going to have shame. I'm going to end this lesson with the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Yahawashi HaMashiach. You see that? The dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, those are the children of Israel, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's the remnant of her seed. And 2/3 are going to be destroyed. Only 1/3 of our people are going to receive salvation and receive this truth, going to be able to open their eyes to this truth. And Esau's coming. You know, they're passing laws. They want to ban the Bible. If the Bible is a fairy tale book, why are they trying so hard to ban it? It's hate speech now. And we got to endure to the end. The Most High got us. We're going to suffer, but nothing that we can't handle, you know. Those of us, Lord willing, those of us that are of the elect, we're going to go through the fire and come out on top. So hopefully this lesson was edifying. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rukakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and shalom to your hopeful elect out there.